So this is how the philosophy app is looking right now. So I have built the app icon, splash screen, and loading screen. Basically, I've been reusing everything that you can find on the Bravo sample apps, or if I go to the Figma the Bravo Studio plugin in Figma, I can pull out any screens or components from here and I simply copy them and then tweak them or customize them to match my design. Just copy this screen, this page, and I think this one can work. So all I care about in this screen is I want one single container, so one single frame that will hold something like this picture, but for my app's theme. So it's not about fitness, it's about philosophy, so something a bit, let's say, epic or philosophy related. Then a tagline, and then a login button, right? So this login button is what will trigger the authentication web view, and all authentication will happen through there. So I will be using kind, but I've also used Auth0, so whatever you prefer for authentication you can use. So in this case, let's say I want to get rid of this for now, and I'm gonna bring here my container, and now I'm gonna take this image, I'm gonna put it inside the container, and let's make it a bit larger. And now here again, I want something a bit more philosophy related, so I'm gonna go to Unsplash and I'm going to look for philosophy, and let's see if we can find something. I think this one looks really good, also because it's vertical, so it fits right in. And I think I like this. So let's make sure that we have our color, so we're using this black here. So let's also bring it to our screen, and then you can see there's some cutoff here. So what I would normally do is bring this, so you can have a gradient over the image if you want it to basically blend into the background. So again, I would paste my black here, and then I want this to be 0%, and something like this makes it a bit better. You can adjust as much as you want and make it perfect. And then we want to have some tagline about what the app is about, right? So let's take our font, let's paste it here, let's maybe use 32, and I would probably say to ChatGPT, give me a tagline for a philosophy app you can discuss with any philosopher in time. It has to be snappy, 3-4 words, and will be placed in the sign-in screen in my app. So of course you can refine as much as you want, but I usually do this for a quick copy. So let's go with this one. I don't like it, it's not the best, but I think it works for now. Let's see if I can copy this. Yeah. Alright, let's bring it out a bit. So now we need our button, right? So we have this button here, but let's use this one. We need to change the color of our button as well, so we can use this color here. And like this, let's create our button component. So let's use this, and then let's use the newsreader bold. Yeah, let's keep it bold. And let's use all caps. I usually give it a bit more width so it can breathe better, and it will show the text won't cut off on any screen, so you can be sure it won't cut off on any screen. And let's do the same here, and then let's change this to something like this, and I think this is already good. So as you can see, my component for this button was changed accordingly based on my main component. So here I have this state set discover. So basically what it does is I have a default impress state, so when in the app, when people tap on the button, it will be showing like this. So when you press on the button, it will show the state, the press state, and that's it. Now I want this button to be my sign in button, right? It's the button that will basically pull up the authentication web view. So again, here I would come to, I usually use the Figma plugin. I sometimes reuse other screens from other apps that I have built, but Figma plugin usually is the best way for me to get what I want, because now I can search for login, right? So here I have login pages, different login pages, and what I want is something that has a single button. So this is reset password, this is post login action, right? So OAuth to login action. So this is probably the one I want. So I will copy this, paste it here, and now let me close this. So yeah, you can see the login button has this action login. So in this case, since I already have my login button here, I can just rename this to login button and add the action login. Then I can keep this like this, default and press, and that's it. I probably want something like this. So that's also nice about reusing other screens or the sample apps by Bravo, because you can see, let's say, good practices. So in this case, we do need this disclaimer or reference in the terms of service and privacy policy that's required by App Store and Play Store when you submit. So you can save some time by doing that already. So let's also bring it here. Let's take this color, for example, and then the way I would link to the terms of service or privacy policy once I have them is I would add a frame like this, and another one for privacy policy. So the tab area is nice and big, so people can easily tap on them, which is, I find, better than having the link on the text itself. So you can make this as big as you want, right? So I want to bring this over the text, and then this I want to bring on my single frame, right? So like this, and I want to bring it to the back just to have things tidy up a bit. And now let's say this is my privacy policy link, and this is my terms of service link. And then again, here what I would do is I would go to my plugin, Figma plugin, and then I want to look for a tag. I know I want to look for a tag that opens a URL, right? So if I type in URL, I have this one, immobile action. Of course I know what it is, but the names are also very intuitive. So you know you want to open a URL, so in this case action URL, right? So if you click on your frame, on your layer in Figma, I have this one selected, and now I just click here and it will add it automatically for me, right? So I can do the same with this one and it will add it automatically. So now this tag, as it is right now, it will open a dynamic URL. So you can assign one URL dynamically by getting it from a response from an endpoint once you connect it to data. But in this case, we wanna have it linked to a specific URL where I will be hosting my privacy policy and my terms of service. So in this case, I will leave it like this because I don't have them yet. But once I create them on my website, for example, I will just add this, and then I will just add my URL, and that way when people click here, they will open that those URLs.